Hey everybody, it's Jesse the Beardy from the Beardy and the Baldy channel bringing you my comic pull list rundown for May the 4th. And May the 4th be with you. Got my Star Wars shirt on here, got some guests hanging out with me today. But hey, if you are a Star Wars fan, make sure you enjoy today. Comic shops are going to have a bunch of True Believer $1 Star Wars comics today. I know there's toys and special deals going on. I have no idea what they all are, but they're out there. So if you love Star Wars, go out and enjoy yourself today, okay? I mean, come on. Star Wars is one of the most fun things out there, so enjoy it. I got 10 books to go through. Big list this week. So I'm going to get right to it, and it's going to go a little fast because, time. First up this week, Punisher #1 from Becky Cloonan and Steve Dillon. Gonna say my comics go in least favorite to most favorite each week, and Punisher #1. If you are a fan of Punisher, you will probably love this book, but it did not really do much for me. I've seen the stories. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that because it just wasn't for me. I'm giving all the new Marvel books a shot with the first issue or so. If I really like it, I'll check out the second one. Punisher, I'm gonna be passing on that one going forward. Mainly because I don't enjoy the artwork in it, but the story. It's just I like my heroes to be a little more heroic and a little less murder everybody. But that's me. Up next is a new #1 from Marvel again, Thunderbolts, the 90s comic I did not know I was getting. The artwork in this is good. I enjoyed it. It smacks very heavily of Whilce Portacio and more Whilce Portacio, but a little bit of Rob Liefeld as well. Just the story, the setting, the costumes, everything feels very 90s comic, which is a little nostalgic for me because that's when I got into comics, but it's a little more that than I was expecting. I might see where this one goes. I did enjoy it when you got this team of hard-boiled characters and this, for all intents and purposes, 4-year-old girl with the power of, the cosmic cubes, because the cosmic cubes have come to life. This picks up following the events of the standoff at Pleasant Hill crossover, with Bucky, Winter Soldier, leading this new team. Like I said, it'll be cool to see where it goes, but for now, very, very 90s. Like I said, that's not a bad thing, just not what I was expecting. Up next is issue 3 in the SpiderMan and Silk Spiderfly Effect miniseries. Digital online comic first, now in print from Todd Knock and Robbie Thompson. It's a fun story seeing Peter and Cindy trapped back in time on the day they actually got their spider powers because they were both bitten by the same spider. Little, if you did not know that. And they don't have their powers now, the adult versions of themselves. And they're on this adventure with, Pete's Uncle Ben, with Peter being an adult and everything. So it's kind of a fun little, a little bit Back to the Future, and not quite so butterfly effect dramatic as the title would suggest. But it's fun. It's a good issue. Really enjoyed Todd Knock's artwork. He's come to our shop a couple times to sign. So looking forward to getting this series completed and get him to sign those next time he comes through. All right, another new #1. This one is from Titan Comics, and it is Vikings #1. Following the adventures of Ragnar Lothbrok and his Viking Norsemen as they settle into England. I believe the story of this comic sets somewhere between seasons 2 and 3 of the show. I was waiting for a friend while they were traveling last year, long flights, and trying to keep myself entertained. I stumbled on the show. Remember seeing previews for it, thinking, eh. And then I actually watched it. It's been really good. I actually love the show, and the comic is it carries over the whole vibe of the TV series and everything. So it'll be interesting to see where this goes, and all that. Okay, next is Uncanny XMen #7. It is the next chapter of the Uncanny X-Men Apocalypse War story, where you've got Psylocke and Magneto investigating the kind of mind-wiped, rebuilt Warren, who is now kind of this big tent revival preacher. Although, he's not preaching for the good of mankind. and then you get Sabretooth and Monet as they follow Callisto into the Morlock tunnels into something that's going on down there. And it's actually probably one of my favorite of the new run of Uncanny X-Men comics that has been out so far. Really enjoying the storytelling in this, and Ken Lashley's artwork is absolutely great on this issue. Up next is A-Force number 5 from Kelly Thompson and Ben Caldwell. It is the first issue in the next arc, after the first 4-issue arc with Singularity and Antimatter. So this introduces a new villain called the Countess, and it introduces a new hero, an alternate reality version of one of the A-Force members herself. So it's cool if you like seeing doppelgangers and alternate reality versions of your heroes. This is a fun issue. The artwork is great. This team really works great together, the A-Force team, and how it all came about with Singularity finding them after the events of Secret Wars. It's been a lot more fun than I expected. It's probably one of the most fun of the Marvel books I read each month. That and Silver Surfer. Absolutely love that book. Okay, next, Hellboy in Hell number 9, continuing Hellboy's dramatic tale as he struggles through the underworld. I mean, Mike Mignola is just one of the kings of comic art. I mean, no one else does work like he does. I mean, look at that. I mean, it's simple and yet complicated at the same time. I cannot say enough good things about Mike Mignola art, and Hellboy specifically is a character I came way late into the game. Just read all of it a couple years ago. Loved the movies and just never thought about getting the comics until I started working at the comic book store, and I was like, oh wait, there's a whole bunch of stories about this guy this character that I love. Let's see what it's like. And it's fantastic. It's funny and action and drama and mythology and everything. And then the Hellboy in Hell just continues that on, and it's great seeing Mike Mignola doing the art again, as he has done this whole Hellboy in Hell series. Other artists have picked up on his different works in the past with Hellboy, and they've definitely kept the name and kept the branding up there with the quality and everything. It's just really good to see Mignola actually doing the artwork himself. And yeah, okay, final 3. This next one is one of my most solid comics every month for the last 5 years. I don't think I've ever been disappointed with the storytelling on this series. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, number 57, continuing the hero's adventure with the newly redesigned Leatherhead, who is a lot better redesign than the 90s cartoon that I remember. Actually, 80s cartoon, I guess, technically. I've just been loving this series. Ninja Turtles are what Sean and I actually bonded over as kids back in 3rd grade and started this whole crazy adventure of our friendship. But that's a story for another day. But this issue is great. It's really good. I mean, Santaloco's artwork on this. I mean, just check this out. Here's some of the Utroms and Leatherhead himself. I mean, that's just nuts. Love it. This guy's been doing some great artwork. Every time he does the art on the series, I love it. Okay, final 2. May the 4th be with you. In Star Wars Poe Dameron, issue number 2. This is the ongoing adventure of Poe Dameron as he was tasked by General Leia of the Resistance to track down and find Lor San Tekka, because they believe he has a key to finding Luke Skywalker, which if you've seen Force Awakens, you know he does. So this comic, at least the main first story arc, is going to be following Poe as he leads his way to find Lor San Tekka. And this great new First Order villain here. Oh, I feel bad. I read this earlier and I already forgot his name. Agent Terex. Agent Terex. I mean, come on. That is a great villain name as he leads this whole squadron of stormtroopers after Poe and everything. So it's really cool. Really enjoy this. And Phil Noto artwork is just, I don't know. His artwork feels like it comes out of, Man from U.N.C.L.E. or classic, 60s James Bond style era artwork. At least that's the vibe it evokes to me. And so seeing that in Star Wars, just that you know, the clear cut lines, but yet there's a softness. It's just I can't say good enough things about Phil Noto artwork. You put him on just about any story, and I will probably read it. It could be about some guy watching the paint dry, and I'm sure I'd be there. So Poe Dameron, issue number 2 for May the 4th. And lastly, another sci-fi adventure, issue 2 of Empress from Mark Millar and Stuart Immonen. Again, Stuart Immonen, another artist. You put him on just about anything, and I'm there. Following this adventure of the Empress, the titular Empress character, as she tries to escape her horrible dictator husband, you know, the emperor of the known galaxy, set some 65 million years ago. It just, you know, you got some elements like Blade Runner in here, Star Wars. There's just so much. And the last page on this issue, I really want to show you, but I don't want to show you. Talk about a cliffhanger issue. But anyway, all right, folks, I just ran through 10 comics in less than 12 minutes. I'm sure you've got better things to do. But hey, thanks for watching. Hey, subscribe over here, over there. I don't know where it is. Subscribe. Sean and I were working on getting some logo stuff going on and trying to make this a little more interactive down the road. And I know we're both really looking forward to Civil War this weekend and all of that. But hey, also, if you are in the United States, it's Mother's Day this Sunday. So make sure you let your mothers know that you love them. So I will say this, Mom, I love you, and I hope you have a great weekend. Everybody, have a great Wednesday, May the 4th. Chewbacca, BB-8, thanks for being my companions today. And we'll catch you next time on the Beardy and the Baldy. Peace.